Hi, I'm Matthew Murphy, and this is my colleague Kavi Shah. We're here to show you some information about leukemia and our recommended way of treating it.
Well, first off, what is leukemia? Well, to find this out, we need to go into the topic of DNA replication.
DNA and genes are what make you, you. See, when you're born, your parent cells go through cell replication called mitosis and interphase. In mitosis, your parent's chromosomes are duplicated. These chromosomes are made up of DNA, which contain genes that are made up of nucleotides.
While mitosis has its four individual phases, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase, each handling a different procedure. Interphase is when the parent cells grow and prepare for mitosis. The cell takes the longest time in interphase for obvious reasons. The interphase is when the DNA is replicated, so during this time, the mutation occurs, causing leukemia. During the DNA replication process, there is a step when the genetic code becomes protein. This step is called protein synthesis and occurs in two parts, transcription and translation. In transcription, the genes of the DNA are read and copied onto the mRNA, the cell nucleus. In translation, the mRNA leaves the nucleus and travels to ribosomes in the cytoplasm, where the coded information is translated into specific amino acids sequences in a protein. In this case, the making of RNA through transcription is abnormal because of the change in the DNA. This results in no protein being made through amino acids.
The result of a mistake in any of these steps is corrupt DNA or mutation. While you may view the term mutation as growing an extra arm, mutation can also be microscopic, such as the abnormal increase in population of leukocytes or white blood cells, which is all leukemia really is. The mutations in the cells cause them to grow and divide at an uncontrollable level. Over a period of time, these abnormal cells basically crowd out your white blood cells, and this causes some of the symptoms of leukemia. Some of the other symptoms you will encounter will include frequent infections, paleness, easy bleeding, bruising, loss of appetite, and bone or joint pain. Your bones are made up of white blood cells, so you can tell how that would occur. While you may not see the seriousness of this cancer, just know that 56% of leukemia patients die.
We know that an increase in white blood cells leads to leukemia, but why exactly is it caused because of cell communication? Cell division and growth are very important processes. A change in these processes can be catastrophic, and because of this, they are under tight control with checks and balances. But even the most tightly controlled processes can break down, and the result in this case is uncontrolled cell growth, which ultimately leads to cancer. The causes for cancer are vast, but the root of the problem is usually a breakdown in cell communication or signaling breakdown. Cancer starts to manifest when a cell gains the ability to reproduce without a signal. Usually this behavior triggers a signal for cell destruction, but the true problem occurs when the cell loses the ability to respond to this death signal. This leads the cell to divide out of control, forming a tumor. Eventually, the problem can exacerbate to such an extent that additional signals allow the cancer to consume other parts of the body. But don't worry, we have a solution. And the golden solution is nanobots, short for nanorobots. Colonies of 6 atom wide, 70 nanometers wide, robots that collaborate to perform medical treatment. Hard for doctors to perform. For example, in this video, a nanobot is shown disposing of bacteria in the bloodstream. This animation shows the mobility of the nanobot and the size of it in relation to the red blood cells in the actual blood vessel. While these nanobots can perform all sorts of tasks, such as brain and body scans, their main purpose in this case is to put your white blood cell count in balance, relieving yourself of leukemia.
Nanobots are the superior choice for treatment because it only takes a few painless and safe steps. First, doctors will inject the nanobots into your bloodstream and/or bone marrow, depending on where your leukemia resides, and then the nanobots will go into action using small interfering RNA called siRNA to deactivate the protein. This will limit the cancerous genes by turning the cancerous cell into a normal cell.
Nanobots attack the source of the cancer cells by locating the infected cells. Chemotherapy and radiation, on the other hand, are risky alternatives to a nanorobotic treatment because they affect your entire body, killing non-cancerous cells, making you weak and hopeless. This is because we don't know exactly where the cancer cells are. We hope you choose nanobots as your ticket to a new life without cancer. The architecture of the nanobot must serve two important functions. 1. The nanobot must be able to navigate, and 2. It must attach to cancerous white blood cells. The nanobot must move smoothly through the bloodstream while not damaging other cells in the process. Another requirement of the nanobot is the method on how it will attach itself to the cancerous white blood cells. The robot architecture consists of the body. The body contains tentacles and the injected siRNA, or small interfering RNA. It also contains the ultrasonic sensors, folate material, and flagellas. To solve the problem of attaching itself to the cancer cell, we added tentacles with a very high response rate in order to capture the cancerous cells once it is detected. In order for it to not harm other cells, we added ultrasonic sensors all around the body for collision avoidance. This also helps it by preventing it from bumping into other nanobots, ultimately not damaging other nanobots. The folate material on the outside acts, in a sense, as a magnet. Cancerous cells are known as folate receptors, so the folate material on the outside can act as an attraction agent and can bring the nanobot closer to the cancerous cell. The flagellas solve the problem of smooth movement in the blood environment. The nanobot will be powered by flagella motors, which would have a large amount of torque for precise movement. To target the mutated cells, the injected siRNA would then attack the captured cancer cells.
We hope you choose nanobots as your ticket to a new life without cancer.
And thanks for watching.